welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to an all-new reaction and review. Tonight, guys, I'm taking a look at a movie from 2002. That movie is called Ken Park, and I have a couple of reasons why I'm covering this one. First of all, I have a couple of coworkers who told me, who dared me to watch this movie, citing that I would not be able to finish it because none of them could. None of them apparently were able to sit through this 92-minute film, and I saw that as a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to see exactly how bad this fucking thing is. That's one reason. Another reason, a lot of people have wanted me to cover anything from the writer of this film. This film was written by a filmmaker named Harmony Korine. And most people have wanted me to cover a different film, which he wrote and directed. He did not direct this; he only wrote it. But the film everyone wants me to cover is Gummo, and I always say no because I've already seen a couple of clips and it looks stupid as shit. And also, years and years ago, I tried to watch Kids and was bored to tears with it. That one was written by Harmony Korine and directed by the guy who directed Ken, Park. But this one I have not seen any of. So this one is perfect fodder for this series. I get to see exactly how nasty this is. I get to see exactly what the fuck my coworkers flat out refuse to see for whatever baffling reason. And hopefully, if this movie is half as bad as I think it's gonna be, I get to let loose on the fact that Harmony Korine can't fucking write. But I'm not, but hey, who knows? He might actually be able to pull out a miracle here. We might have here a good movie. I kind of have my doubts, but I'm still going to think positive. There might be a silver lining on this dark, dismal cloud. So without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Ken Park. Wow, that is quite possibly the happiest suicide I've ever seen in any movie ever. That guy had like the biggest fucking smile I've ever seen. And really, I would love to care about, his death, but I can't because he's a ginger and therefore doesn't have a soul to care about. And I happily await all of the hate mail off of that stupid joke. Folks, I really am not asking for much, but I'd like it if, at some point, this movie tried to go somewhere. If we actually were given reasons to care about any of these fucking characters, if we were given any kind of depth, if we were given dialogue that wasn't fucking wooden as shit. Again, I'm not asking for much. Just give me a reason to give a shit about anything going on in this movie. And I don't think I'm going to be getting that. Oh, yes, this is totally realistic because every mother wants to know that they have the same pussy smell as their daughter. Oh, God. I knew it. I knew that the writing in this thing was going to suck, but good God, this honestly is worse than I could ever have fucking imagined, guys. Okay, this honestly seems far from fair. It's like, why is he biting his armpit? Alright, so I really don't see why you would want to beat, somebody who's already tied to your daughter's bed. I mean, that just doesn't seem sporting. Well, plus, her shrieking's getting really irritating, and yeah, now go ahead and throw fucking teddy bears at him. That's really fucking effective. God damn it, this movie's fucking stupid as shit. Okay, do we really need to see the cum dangling off his finger? Yeah, guys, I just saw one of our characters, one of our borderline personality-free characters, just sit there and beat off on camera. And it wasn't entertaining, wasn't interesting, it wasn't fun, there really wasn't a point to it. I guess it's just to show that, yes, just like everybody else in this film, he is, fucked up, and they're not going to really explain why he just is. Fuck this movie. Oh boy, guys, now we have on-screen pissing. Yeah. This movie certainly gives you... Oh yes, now we're going to pan down and get a close-up of it. Yay, thank you. I really needed to see that. Oh God, this fucking movie. I seriously thought this thing might have been sort of tolerable, but No. This sucks. Yeah. Those are totally viable reasons to kill a person's grandparents, you know? Grandpa cheats at board games and grandma's a bitch. Yeah, I guess I would totally have killed them too if I was mentally unfucking stable and stupid as hell. Oh god, what the fuck is wrong with this goddamn movie, guys? Dear god, that was torturous as fuck. Okay, shut the hell up. Alright. Well, that was Ken Park. Dear God, that was worse than I had fucking imagined. Alright. Well, I called it. I knew going in that this movie was going to suck for one big reason, and it was the writer. And so, let's discuss the writing first. Um, Guys, there's one thing which writer Harmony Korine cannot do. He cannot build characters. You see, you can take damn near every line of dialogue in this fucking movie and you could start swapping them around from character to character, and it would still feel like the same goddamn character. Everybody is the fucking same, unless they have some kind of a huge, like, differential thing, such as Peach's, dad, who's really, really, like, high off of God. Or one of the other guys' stepdad, who's a drunken douchebag. It's like, that really is about as close as we're gonna get to personality. Is you basically are either a like god freak, you are a drunken douchebag, you're a psycho, or you're this bland lifeless character with no fucking personality outside of, oh well, I'm here and stuff is gonna happen. So we have characters with no fucking depth. The very, very few who are actually fleshed out in any fucking way you really don't care about, because they are not really in the film for any extended period of time. So there's no real reason to give a shit about anybody in this goddamn movie. Oh my god! And of course, this is all, of course, helped out by the fact that the acting is complete shit. But then again, when you are given dialogue which is absolutely wooden and lifeless and shit, of course it's going to be real difficult to fucking work miracles. And there are people in this thing who have got rather extensive backgrounds in television, and even they can't fucking act in this. It's like this thing here is just basically a big black hole where acting talent cannot escape. You basically were cast in this, you were guaranteed to suck, alright? Nobody puts in any kind of effort, and again, that's partially because there was no effort put into the script. I mean, this thing sucked from top to bottom. Every single character is supposed to have these like big, like personal flaws, and the only real flaws they have is that, well, their stepdad was fucking drunk once and sucked them off, or their dad found them fucking someone else and then decided to marry his own daughter. It's like, it's all stupid bullshit that has no real reason to be there. Frankly, every single one of these stories are in no way connected until the big threesome at the very end, at which point they then mention the one character who couldn't be there. And then, of course, they finally somehow tie it all into the title character, who was the smiling, suicidal ginger at the start of the movie. Yes, Ken Park is the name of the smiling ginger who shoots himself in the head at the very start of the movie. And we are basically following the lives of a bunch of his friends. What's funny is that you find out right at the end, like, they are all, well, naked, and they're playing some kind of like a fucking like 20 question style guessing game. Nobody can figure out that their dead skater friend is Ken Park. How many other dead skater friends do you fucking have? And if if the answer is not many, then he must not have been very, very fucking memorable. You must not really have been his friends too much if that didn't immediately trigger it. And of course, then you find out why he committed suicide, which was a really stupid fucking reason. I'm not going to lie. Frankly, this entire movie is just full of stupid, inane bullshit. And the next time I see my coworkers who are telling me that I have to watch this because you will not finish it, I have to call them now the biggest pussies on the planet. There was nothing here that was that was in any way disturbing or sick. I mean, no. I mean, but then again, I've seen far worse. Oh God, yes, I have seen far more disturbing shit than this, thanks to my series. It's like there is nothing here which shocked me. There's nothing here which really fucking surprised me. Everything here was all what was all shit I kind of saw coming, except I didn't actually expect to see a kid coming on camera. I did not expect to see a middle-aged man pissing on camera. I really was not expecting that. But frankly, that's because who the fuck wants to see that sort of nastiness besides, well, the fucking retards who made this. To be totally frank with you guys, there is no fucking redeeming factors in this movie. Camera work feels really sketchy. Lighting, again, it feels a little bit sketchy. A whole lot of shots in here are really fuzzy, and that's partially because they were trying to film at night and they couldn't be asked to attempt to light it and, you know, actually try to balance out everything a little bit just that way the footage isn't fuzzy as shit. You know, there's just problems on top of even more problems. And while I'm covering those problems, let's talk about the soundtrack. Yes, this movie's got some bizarro mix of, like, skater fucking punk okay, basically a skater punk bullshit, which wouldn't even have been good enough to appear in even a shittier Tony Hawk game. And then the rest of it is this god-awful, like, rap music, which apparently is also tied into skater culture. Perhaps maybe I would have given a little bit more of a shit about this movie if I was a skater, because, well, our fucking title character and at least one of his supposed friends are avid skaters. So maybe this thing was supposed to, like, appeal to the whole, like, skateboard crowd. I don't know. I kind of doubt it, because there's very little actual skating in the movie. But hey, it is sort of a theory. I don't know of anybody else who could possibly be into this unless you get a giant stiffy over incest and grandparent murdering. But hey, who gives a shit, alright? There's nothing in here. I totally understand I'm sort of like bouncing around, but then again, since this movie also insists on bouncing around from topic to fucking topic, I think I'll just do that in order to sort of stick with the theme of the movie. There are whole scenes of dialogue which just go nowhere. It's just basically a bunch of fucking retards in a basement smoking fucking weed and talking about nothing. And then this cuts to two people sitting on a couch and they're watching Jerry Springer and talking about nothing. We have giant runs of dialogue that go fucking nowhere. But then again, since the story started, it just basically started off in neutral and went backwards from there. Apparently, that is another thing which Harmony Korine doesn't know how to do, and that is how to keep a story going without fucking burying it in bullshit. You guys wonder now why I didn't want to touch anything which he has ever worked on. This is why. That stupid, skinny, stoner fuck doesn't know how to write shit to save his soul. This is some of the worst writing I have ever seen. And that, guys, is without hyperbole. This is some of the shittiest fucking writing. And to top it off, we then have god-awful acting. We have fucking pacing, which well, of course, pacing is part of fucking writing. There is no pace. There is no story. It's just basically a big lump just sitting there. My God, guys, if anyone tells you that you have to watch this, don't. This movie is too fucking stupid to tolerate. The very fact that I was able to get through it is nothing short of a fucking miracle. And God help me, I am never touching another film which Harmony fucking Korine has put his dirty little hands on, because I know for a fact it is going to fail, and it is going to fail hard. And I don't have the patience to waste my time with any more of this kind of stupid, worthless bullshit. There we go. I can now tick off another stupid writer/director off of my list. And thank God, I never have to watch another one of his fucking movies again. And so help me God, I never will. Oh boy. Yeah, guys, just avoid this. Thankfully, there is no American DVD release for this, because apparently every single studio is far too smart to touch something this absolutely abysmally shit. However, if you live overseas, there are DVDs in all the other regions of the world. So if you guys want to waste an hour and 32 minutes, you go right ahead. And I'm just going to warn you now, that is 92 minutes you will never, ever get back. Alright, well guys, I'm going to go and do something just to try to wash the hideous memories of this fucker from my mind. So guys, with that we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.